malevolent karma, so close to a drama, causes fresh doubts in her course disarray, and she left him behind, though still not in one mind, planning to reunite with her fierce fiancé. But if you think it's time for a first to resign, so close to the finish line you don't know him at all, for heroes gather momentum on the brink of a Magadon, enthralled by the squall, they put balls to the wall. The sun put balls to the wall.
Rufus! There you are. Ready for shishash?
Janosch, there really isn't a whole lot of room on the trawler, and,
Yes, it's a shame I can't come. I would love to fight on the front line, side by side like way back then.
way back then?
Well, early today then, but alas, it's not possible. I have a mission of my own.
Well, that takes precedence, of course.
At this point, our organization is simply not large enough to take on the Organon.
You think so?
Therefore, I too will travel to Porto Fisco. I'm in contact with the group there that has also taken up the fight against oppression. The passage is already booked. We are going to establish the resistance shell north, right under the nose of the Organon. How does that sound?
Good luck.
Thanks. By the way, I must ask you a favor in this context. When you are in Porto Fisco, you must definitely pay us a visit. I'm certain that people will want to meet the spiritual father of the movement.
We'll see.
Here, you're going to need this.
What is it?
We have agreed on a new secret knock.
Well, the old one was a piece of crap.
Exactly. Nobody was really able to memorize it.
You know, Janosch, I've really got to go.
Yes, time for you to leave. Adventure is calling!
So it is. It's calling, will you finally shut up, you numbskull?
At last? What kept you?
We'll never catch up to the submersible this way.
It's not my fault. I was harassed by some bum.
Where are we going anyway?
My Donna self mentioned Porto Fisco, so that's where we should go.
I think we should first try to locate the signal from the submersible. I seem to remember there's a radio mast on Isla Watchet. Perhaps I can manipulate the transmitter so that our sonar will recognize the signature of the submersible.
By then, Donna will be long gone. No thanks.
I say Isla Watchet.
Bozo is the captain, and he wants to go to Fisco too, right?
We can head for the polar ice cap as far as I'm concerned. Just as long as you finally agree on something.
Enough! I will decide where we're going.
Rufus, those aren't the navigation controls. That's my ear hair remover.
Ah. What? That's supposed to be the pole? Lonzo puts more ice in the drinks when he wants to save alcohol. What a disappointment. This is almost as exciting as a pirate treasure. Not that I was expecting a pirate treasure. Oh, crap. The water tap is frozen. So much for my idea of a skating rink. It never snowed in Kuvak. When I wanted to rub snow in Wenzel's face, I had to lure him into Tony's freezer under some pretext. This could be useful. I'll take it. He obviously thinks he's the coolest. I could really use a torch like that, but to get it, I'll need something to melt the ice. Some sort of, I don't know, portable fire. Bummer. The sign is bigger than the pole. Do I see the first gray hairs in his beard? I could have sworn they weren't there last week. All shipshape, mate?
Actually, the correct address would be Captain.
Yeah, we can talk about your promotion later. First, I've got a couple of questions. Can't this tub go any faster? We'll never catch up to Donna Gold this way.
That's no way to talk about my trawler. She's one of the most reliable freighters on the Rust-Red Sea. She may not look like much on the outside, but...
But oh, her inner beauty! Sorry, Bozo, but I overheard Tony often enough trying to set up her cousins with someone. I notice right away when someone's trying to sugarcoat a slug.
she's not a slug.
She's big boned, that's all.
What good is the fastest vessel if we don't even know where our target is?
That's beside the point. We used the same fine line to fix up Dottie May and Broomstick Budwin. 4 weeks later, everyone called him Vacuum Hose Budwin. So, what do we know now?
I think Goal is right. We should visit Porto Fisco first.
I don't know. That's where Janosch was headed too.
But that's good. He might be able to help us.
In what way? Is the indentation in your chair not wide enough? Or do you need someone who sorts your chip crumbs by flavor?
You shouldn't underestimate him. In times like these, people will transcend their own limits.
Obviously, he started with his trousers. Do I get to steer too?
I don't know. Do I get to run around like a madman then? Get us involved in a series of disasters?
Was that a yes?
That was a go jump in the lake.
You know, I think there's something wrong with your heating.
If you're cold, have a sip of tea. But be careful. It's scalding hot.
Yeah, carefulness is grossly overrated. I have never been careful, and look where it got me. Back to work, sailor.
Hey, I'm still the captain of this ship.
Say what? This is outright scrutiny.
Mutiny. No screw.
You just stay focused, sailor. Just because there's a woman on board, we must not allow our thoughts to wander. She's cool. She's right for me. Hey, Goal. Everything okay?
Except for the fact that you steered us straight into the eternal ice.
At least I didn't steer us into an iceberg.
But you did!
Yeah, and why can't I remember that?
Probably because you were hit on the head by a refrigerator when the polar bears attacked us.
Huh, I seem to have missed a few things.
You certainly did. It was pretty cool.
It really is very cold here.
You weakling. Can't you even stand a little cold?
Yeah, more than you.
Oh, really?
Really?
There's only one way to find out.
Ice swimming!
Ice swimming? Wait, that's dangerous. Hey. Why am I getting so upset? I can still dream of my happy place. Happy, happy, happy.
I said no icebergs below the belt.
Can't help it if you mumble. Hey, Bozo, you should check your propeller. Some lunatic tied a penguin to it.
No problem. I'll take care of it later.
But be careful, you might ruin our slide.
Have you seen the stars?
Focus on your job instead, Mr. Head in the Clouds.
I have to defend Rufus. Once upon a time, seafarers used to orient themselves by the stars.
Exactly. I wanted to orient myself by the stars and not be enchanted by their twinkling. What are we doing here anyway?
Shouldn't you know the answer to that, as you're the one who guided us here?
Yes, but, I mean, you know how things are. Every task breaks into subtasks, which in turn break into more subtasks. It's easy to get lost somewhere in there.
Ah, I see.
On we go.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Doc looks tired. Unfortunately, the sleep inductor I hammered on all night still isn't finished.
Ah, Rufus. Found any trace of that submersible yet?
I'm working on it. And you're really sure you can put Goal back together?
Of course. I just need the third cartridge.
The one that's in Donna's implant.
Exactly. The rest will be child's play. Although the sea is anything but calm, perhaps I should think about adding some stabilizers to the bone saw. Would you happen to know if Goal is a hemophiliac?
I know you can do it. Have you got any idea how we might capture Donna?
I suggest we travel to Isla Watchet. There's an old radio mast there. If we modify the transmitter just a little, we might be able to track the submersible.
Isla Watchet. Now that sounds inviting.
I hope you're wearing your long johns. The island lies in the center of a permanent storm system.
Oh, come on. I'm not afraid of a little bit of weather.
But you should be. Remember, you'll be working on electrical installations on top of a radio mast in a thunderstorm.
Oh, so what? You wouldn't believe all the hazard warnings I've ignored so far. I'll carry on then.
Keep me posted.
What kind of tea is this, anyway?
Kidney tea. It warms you up, and it's good for your bladder, but you shouldn't drink too much of it.
Why? I have an extraordinarily large bladder.
Careful. Tea's hot.
Did I just hear a challenge?
No,
Oh! Ouch! Ooh! Darn it.
I warned you. What are you making?
Iced tea.
The tea was against the cold.
So, I don't believe in wasting food. And I still had to watch you throw away the fries I stuck up your nose during the night. Now it should be all right.
Don't do it. The tea is...
Hot? Hardly.
No, I mean it's also... weak.
Uh-oh. It's true what they say. You just can't stop the melting at the poles. I'm sure he won't mind. Lousy weather. We should make sure we finish up here as quickly as possible. The crust on my overcoat is starting to dissolve. It drives a pump that removes the leaking diesel from the water. Wait a minute. The diesel is leaking out of the generator's exhaust pipe. Astounding. A closed sewage system. The diesel is leaking out of the generator's exhaust pipe. Astounding. A closed sewage system. Here's a tank for diesel. Ouch! Ah! As long as the generator is on, it's too hot to fiddle with. I'll have to put it out of commission somehow. I found the problem. The transmitter is broken.
Then what are we waiting for? Off to dock with it.
This is the perfect place to fill containers with water or to be hit by lightning. Only oily water comes out of the tap. Oh, great. I went to the radio mast. The transmitter is broken.
How do you know?
Oh, I found it lying at the foot of the radio antenna. It's fried.
So it is. You're right.
Oh, I know a fried piece of electronics when I see one.
Even when your signature is missing?
Can you repair it?
I already did.
Well, why did you take so long?
Mainly because of the lollipop stick that was stuck between the contacts. At any rate, the device is working now. All you need to do is mount it at the top of the radio mast.
Easy peasy. The radio mast seems to mock the lightning, and that seems to make the lightning even angrier. Stupid weather. Well then, let's do it. Ow! She's cool. She's right for me. Hey, Goal. Everything okay?
Boring. What are we doing here anyway?
Don't worry. It's all part of the plan. So much thunder in the air.
Don't pee your pants. The chances of being struck by lightning are about as high as winning the lottery.
Dak. Statistics are for people who don't want to take any risks.
True.
So how are we going to get this radio mast repaired?
Why are you asking me? You're supposed to be the tinkerer here.
Well, I am.
Oh, really? Then what's broken?
Well, the thingies here are really loose. And the electric, shoes are mislaced and have an electric double knot on the, the electro loop.
Huh. And I would have bet that it had something to do with this broken casing here.
Yes, which we pros also call electric insulation.
You wear insoles?
Not to look taller, if that's what you're thinking. I keep getting hit by lightning.
Oh, you aren't doing that on purpose?
Why would I get struck by lightning on purpose?
Well, to cheer me up perhaps? Or are you really that stupid?
Yeah, you fell for it. Of course, I'm only doing it as a joke.
Well then, do it again.
Yippee. I've got a plan. Can you stand on that plateau over there for a minute?
Well, why not? What could possibly be wrong with standing on an elevated platform in a thunderstorm?
So you'll do it?
Heavens no! How naive do you think I am? Next, you're going to put a bucket of water there for my feet. Or hand me an umbrella. Rufus, just a moment.
Naive, bucket of water, umbrella.
You aren't planning to use me as a human lightning rod, are you?
No, I wouldn't dream of it.
All right, wait. Wouldn't dream of it. But when you're awake...
Too late.
Drats.
On we go.
I hope you know what you're doing.
So, that's Porta Fisco, the former metropolis of the Rust-Red Sea. A real dump, even by Deponian standards. And what is that awful stench? I like them. They're like me, always against the flow. Looks like the Organon has sealed off the city. I would call that a challenge. Unfortunately, I have other problems at the moment. You got lucky, Organon. These tires are worn out and boring, but if they were burning... Rufus, have fire! What's better than a mountain of tires? Right, a mountain of burning tires. The burning tire is sort of my heraldic animal. All that's missing are the vampire fangs. Hey, Goal. Everything okay?
I'm bored. Didn't you promise me adventure and extreme maneuvers?
I didn't make any promises I actually meant to keep. What's that funky smell?
I hope it isn't you.
No, I think it's coming from that guy over there.
That's what I would have said in your place.
Yeah, to distract suspicion away from you.
Why should I? I smell fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? It's that guy back
it's
there.
that bum
Subject
over there, no
closed.
doubt. I wonder who lives in that tent up there.
Probably another poor lunatic.
Yeah, lots of those around here.
Roughly 3 per trawler.
No sign of Donna Goal.
You aren't really making much of an effort, are you?
Hey, I'm saving my energy for upcoming challenges.
And what if the challenges don't come?
Trust me, they're on their way. They're massing for a surprise attack. In the end, all our plans will be foiled, and nothing but an extremely risky coup can save us.
And it always works like that?
Every time.
Cool.
On we go.
I hope you know what you're doing.
He seems somehow familiar.